Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of my RCT3 Megapark. Now in the last episode I built this little junior coaster here, and the episode before that I built this log flume. And in this episode I wanted to add a few more rides to the park. Well, first of all, I want to have a transport ride that goes through the park. I think it will also be nice to take a ride on that later. Now I kind of forgot to build that, so I'll have to do it afterwards now, after these rides have already been built. Now the easiest way to do that is simply by putting a suspended monorail, because you can simply suspend it over the already existing path. And I guess I'll just wiggle my way past these rides here. Yeah, I'm thinking of building a station here and then just moving over here. And yeah, once that ride's in place, it will be easier to then build the park around it afterwards, rather than having to snake it through all the rides later. Now I was also thinking of adding a thrill ride somewhere over here, maybe with a path going around it, maybe putting the thrill ride on a little island, something like that. And if there's still time left by then, I kind of also wanted to add another ride in this section here. It's going to expand it a little bit. Okay, I'm first going to start with the suspended monorail station. Kind of want to have it over here, and I'll see if I can have it suspended over the path here, and see if I can find a nice layout here for it. Alright, looks like the station has to be quite long. Well, 7 tiles. I think that's enough. That's at least enough for 3 trains. Now I just checked, and if you make more stations, which I'm definitely going to do for this ride, you can actually have more trains, so that's good. I kind of like this layout as it is now. Of course, we'll want some supports over here. I don't like the big amount of support you see over here, so here I'm just going to add some rocks under it, just so only a few of these supports will be remaining. Okay, well, this was probably the most difficult part of the layout. I will just continue a layout for this ride around the park, and of course later, while I build other rides, I will move this ride around just so it's not in the way for the other rides. Okay, I've decided that I'm going to build the ride along with the rest of the park. So as I build every section, I will also build a section of this ride. It will just be a lot of work to do it all at once, and I just realized while I did it that it just doesn't really look nice. And probably it will look much nicer when it's incorporated into the park. Alright, I'm trying to make the station for this suspended monorail, but it looks like I'm a dumbass, so I didn't actually do this part correctly. So for this part I'll have to do this trick again. But I think it's quite nice. You can actually build your ride. You can actually build a ride with the required scenery and just lower the scenery in place, regardless of clearance checks. Anyway, looks like I'll quickly have to do this trick again for this part of the ride. Alright, that's the station for the suspended monorail. Now, it is quite a simple station, but I must say I quite like the way it looks. I think I'm just going to add 2 doors here to the entrance and exit of the building. But then I'll consider this building completed. And like I said, I'll just continue the track as I continue building these areas. Because if I do it now, it will just not look nice. Okay, this area here in the middle, I think it will be a nice spot for a thrill ride here in this area. I'm not really sure, I think it will look cool to have a path around it. But I'm not really sure if that still fits now that I've put the station here for the suspended monorail. Also, I don't know why the game sometimes just swings in a direction when I press the right mouse button. Oh, it does it again. Maybe my mouse is a little bit too sensitive. I don't really know. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna look for a ride to add here. I was thinking about adding a top spin here and putting some water in front. I think it can look cool with some nice landscaping around it. Okay, I'm really happy with how this top spin here sits in this area. So in RC3 the scenery selection is quite limited, so you'll have to do a lot more with landscaping instead. It does seem to be going quite close to this support. Oof, there even seems to be some overlap. I'll just hide this support here and then that should be solved. But yeah, like I said, overall quite happy with how this top spin sits here. Yeah, I really like how it's right in front of the water here. I'll see if I can add some fountains here, and I really hope the game stops shooting off whenever I click the right button. Okay, I think this looks pretty nice. Now the top spin still needs a name. I think I'll just go with something silly. Cowabunga. Alright. Okay, just going to recolor it, and then after that I think it's time to add another patron to the park. Alright, it's time to add a patron to the park. Now, where is it again? It's over here. And let's hire a staff member. And let's hire a new entertainer. Alright. And let's go, for this entertainer, we'll go with shark. I really like the way the shark looks. Looks pretty cool. Also pretty silly with the legs still extending under it. And the name of this entertainer will be Mick Andy 89. Alright, that's his name on my Discord. He also has his own YouTube channel, Mick and Man's RCT channel, I believe. I recommend checking it out. He also has some really nice videos. Alright, hope you like your spot in the park. Okay, I also want to add another ride in this area. Now, I just went through the list of rides that you can add in the park, and my eye fell upon this aquarium. Yeah, this is a ride I've never built before. It's something that's apparently been added in Soaked, and I thought it looked pretty cool, and it's probably something which I can incorporate into this area. So I'm just going to flatten the ground here a little bit, and after that I'll try to incorporate a nice aquarium into this area over here. Oh yeah, something I should still do before I forget is to make this door here a little bit higher so guests don't bump their heads into it. So that's something I'm going to do first. Alright, now it looks like there's a little bit more clearance for the guests. Let's see if we can go to the front. Alright, this definitely looks a bit better. There does seem to be a little bit of glitching here. That's because I put some of these walls through each other. I think I'll just do it properly, because this looks kind of weird. Okay, one thing that annoys me in this game is that it looks like you cannot just click a path to change it to a different type. That's something that was, of course, possible in RCT2, but it looks like they removed that in this game. That's a shame. This does make it a little bit more finicky. It does look like the path has connected here to the exit, even though there's this door in between, so I'm happy it's like that. Because placing this door was quite annoying, because then you have to use the launch freefall, I mean, you have to use the trick again where you place the scenery with a ride, so it ignores clearance checks. Now, I've never built one of these aquariums before, so I'm just going to look at a pre-designed one just to see what they're gonna look like. Ooh, that actually looks pretty interesting. Let's quickly place one down. So it looks like there's one path which leads through several of these tanks, and this path can go on multiple levels. Alright, I think I can work with this. It might be nice to have it in two sections with one of these tunnels going over this path. I think that could look pretty cool. Okay, now that I'm actually building this ride, I don't like it as much as I used to. So I think I'll just get rid of it. I don't always like everything that I built. Yeah, while the idea for aquarium is nice, I just don't think it. The idea of it going over the path really works here. Okay, it doesn't really look like you can set the video that people are going to watch in this 3D cinema, but I'll just pretend it's playing a pirate movie or something like this, or Atlantis movie, something that would fit the theme of this area. But yeah, I kind of like how this 3D cinema looks here. So I'm just going to change the fence around it, gonna play with the colors a bit. And then I'm going to make a nice queue for it. And maybe we can even follow the guests inside. I don't think I've ever tried that. Anyway, I'm just going to play around with this a bit. Alright, I'm quite happy with how this looks, so now it's time to open the ride, and I'm kinda curious if we can actually look inside this thing. Okay, this doesn't look very promising so far. No, looks like we can just view the outside. Maybe I'll follow a guest inside this ride and see if we actually get a view inside. That would be really cool. Okay, it doesn't really look like we got a view inside, so that's a shame. Oh well, it just would have been nice. Looks like the guest is just standing here. Yep, not really much to see here, sadly. Oh well, I still think it's a pretty nice ride in this area. Now, this area still needs a lot of work, especially it could probably use some nice buildings over here. And yeah, this path is definitely wide enough. I'm just going to add some lamps here. Then after that, I think it will be nice to take a ride on this new top spin that we built here. Okay, just going to take a quick peek at what the park looks like at night, and then we might also see some extra places to add some lamps. Alright, I'm really liking the way this looks so far. I think I'm gonna keep it at nighttime for now. And then let's take a ride on this new top spin. That was also all the building I will be doing for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like watching me build, please consider giving this video a like. And of course you can also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these videos. I would really appreciate it. Alright, that was it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed watching me build, and let's take a ride on the top spin. See you later.